Good afternoon, all. Today we'll study the third assignment from the PPS. Here, the third assignment from PPS is we need to accept n numbers from the user. As you are going to accept n numbers from the user, you need to create a list here and you need to add those numbers in a list. Okay. After that, we are going to find out the maximum number from that list, minimum number from that list, then the sum of all the numbers from a list, and the average of those numbers. So here firstly what we need to do, we need to take the size of list from the user side. So consider n is a variable where we are taking n is a variable which contain the size of your list, and we are taking this n variable from the user side. So enter here in a prompt, we are going to write down enter the size of list. Okay, then we need to define a list here. Suppose list one is a that variable name for the list. At the starting, this list is a empty list. Okay, and then we will require the for loop here so that we can take the input from the user side. For I in the range 0 to n. With the help of this range 0 to n means this for loop will be executed 0 to n times. Okay, here suppose if you have taken the value of n as a 4, means this for loop will be executed 4 times, and with the help of this you will get 4 numbers from the user side. So now suppose the m is a variable in which you are going to take the input from the user side. So here again write down in input, and in prompt write down enter the number. Okay, so here you have taken a number from the user side. Now we need to append that number into the list. To append the number into the list, the syntax is the name of list. Here name of list is list1 dot append. After that, the number which you are going to append. M is a number which you are going to append. Okay, if you want you can print this list. Print the list one. Next, we need to find out the maximum number from it. So to find out the maximum number from that list, directly we are going to use max function here. So just write down maximum number from a list is equal to max from that list one. Okay, this function we are going to use maximum function. The syntax for maximum function is max, and in parentheses you are going to write down the name of that list. The same function you are going to use for the minimum also. Instead of max, here we are going to write down the minimum number. Minimum number from the list is equal to min from the list one. Okay. After that, we need to calculate the sum of all the numbers. You need to calculate sum of all the numbers from the list. For that purpose, again, you will require the for loop here. For I in a range, again you need to use 0 to n range here. Then suppose sum is variable where you are going to calculate the addition of all the number. At the starting, use sum is equal to 0, and here write down sum is equal to sum means this 0 plus the value of that number. Okay, sum is equal to sum plus list one of I. Okay, will tell you how it works. Okay, here suppose if you have taken the four numbers from the user side, okay, and those four numbers are suppose 12, 4, 12, 5, 6, and the 7. Okay. So here how it works in this for loop for I in range 0 to n. So starting at the starting it will be at the zeroth location. List it always start with the 0. So for the 12 location is 0, for the 5 location is 1, for 6 location is 2, and for 7 location is 3 here. So at the starting sum is equal to sum plus list one of I. So starting at the starting the value of I is 0. So the sum is equal to 0 plus the value of this ith location, 0th location is 12. So it will gives you the value of sum is equal to 12. So at the first iteration the value of sum will be 12. After that this for loop will again executed. The value of I will become 1 here. So now we'll check sum is equal to sum plus list of 1. Now the sum value is 12 plus list of list. From that list the one location value. One location value is 5. So 12 plus 5 is equal to 17. Okay. Now again the for loop I value will be increases to the 2. Okay. Sum is equal to sum plus um, the value of that two second location from the list. So 17 plus the second location value is 6, which is equal to 23. Okay, now the value of sum will become 23. Now we'll increase the value of I by 1. So now the value of I will become 3. So I is the value of n is 4 here, and it is within that range. So we'll execute this for loop again. Sum is equal to sum plus list of 1 list 1 of third location. So the third location value is 7. It is equal to 30. Now the increase the value of I by the 4. Now the value of I will become 4, and here it is out of range. So it will execute, it will move to the next line here. Okay. In next line we'll print the addition of all the numbers from the list. We'll consider it as a sum of numbers. Sum of number is equal to sum here. And next we need to calculate the average. Suppose for the average, if you have taken avg as a variable name, average is equal to sum divided by the number. And now we are going to print the average. Average of numbers. Okay. Now we'll execute this program. Okay. Here it is giving you an error in the fourth line. Okay, here I have not written the input. Because of this it is giving me an error. Here I need to write out the input function. Okay. Okay. So now run this program. Enter the size of list. Size of list is suppose 4. First number is suppose 12. Second number is suppose 5. Third number is suppose 7. And the fourth number is suppose 6. So here we are going to print the list 12, 5, 7, 6. These are the number given within the list. Maximum number from this list is 12. Minimum number is 5. The sum of all the numbers is 30, and the average 30 divided by 4, which is equal to 7.5. Okay. Thank you.